Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the QubicaAMF Tech Tip podcast. This is a weekly podcast where we take you on a journey through the fascinating world of bowling technology and beyond. As always, I'm your host, Orly, and I have a very special guest on today. First timer, Connor, thank you for joining the show. And Connor, I'm not even going to try to attempt your last name, so I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce your last name there with it and let everyone know your title with the company and what you do within that title.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Connor Borysewicz. I'm a tech support specialist. I am one of the guys you get to hear on the phone whenever you call in for any of your technical problems, whether it's computer, on your lanes, whatever you have.
All right. And Connor, the reason for I was having you on today, I've heard people, I'm a tech guy at home. I'm pretty good, but when it comes to this stuff, we leave it to you guys. You guys are the pros. So, I've heard different things come across, when I'm talking to people. Sometimes people mention like, there's different error codes that sometimes pop up on different things, but, I don't quite know what some of them mean. So I thought, why not have you on to go over, maybe a common error code that someone might come across, or maybe one that you get calls about, and kind of let them know, about what the code is, what it means, and maybe how they can fix whatever it's saying needs to be fixed.
No, absolutely. So yeah, we have several different error codes that you'll see whenever you have problems on your lanes. One of the frequent ones that we get is actually an error 199, and you'll see that when you get into Conquer, you'll see on your lanes, let's just say lanes 1 and 2, it's got a red logo on it, red lightning bolt, and it says 199. That is actually referring to the super touches or the bowler terminals up on the lanes where the bowlers enter their names, get to see their scores, all that fun stuff. Okay. And it is just an error checking in with them. And it can be several different things, whether it is the programming or a physical defect with those super touches. First thing you're going to want to do when you see that code is actually go up to the lanes itself. Up on the monitors above the lanes where you see the scores, you'll see a blue screen, a whole lot of different text on it, but you'll see an LCD-L error 199 or an LCD-R error 199, and you want to keep that in mind. That is directing you to the left or the right super touch. Once you see that, you're going to go ahead and go back to Conquer. If you go to Setup, Lane Setup, Upload to Lanes, you're going to select the lane from there, and you'll see a little button down on the bottom that says Reinitialize. When you reinitialize that, it's going to reboot the lanes, and it's going to send the programming back out to the super touches. First thing you're going to do, happens all the time, that the programming just kind of goes away, and it resends it. You might see it resolve from that. If you don't, you're going to go back up to the monitors, check again, LCD-L, LCD-R. If it's showing LCD-L, after you reinitialize, you're going to go ahead and take that super touch and swap it to a completely different lane pair. So if you're on 1 and 2 and it's showing LCD-L, you're going to take that super touch from lane 1. You're going to move it on over to lane 3. You're going to take that super touch from lane 3 and move it on over to lane 1. Now, it's important to keep in mind when you do this that you have the hubs unplugged because we don't want any power going to these lanes. But after you swap them over, you're going to plug them back in. You can send another reinitialize if you want. They're going to boot up. When they boot up, you may see that error stay on the lane or move. If it moves over to lane 3 from lane 1, we know your super touch is bad. If it stays on lane 1, we're going to be looking at a few different things. If it moves, like I said, we know the super touch is bad, and you can call in to get a replacement. If it's under warranty, you'll be talking to us. We'll put that warranty in for you. If not, you're going to be talking to sales. So if it stays on lane 1, you're going to go ahead, go back to the hub, unplug it, and you'll see on the hub several different network cables. We're going to be looking for L3 and L4. It'll actually tell you odd and even. Again, in this scenario, we're looking at lane 1. So we're going to take L3 and L4 and swap them. Swap the cables. L3 gets plugged into L4, L4 gets plugged into L3, and plug the hub back in. You'll then go back up to the monitors and see if it swaps from LCD-L error 199 to LCD-R error 199. In this case, if it swaps, we know that it is a bad cable connecting these things, and you can replace that entire cable. It is a run that goes all the way down your lane, normally through the ball return track. Once replaced, swap that L3 and L4 back to where they originally were. Hopefully the error will resolve with that. If it doesn't move, then we know the actual port on that hub is bad. So we're going to have to replace that hub. Again, for that, you can give us a call, replace it under warranty, give sales a call, whatever you got. Once we're done with that, that should resolve it. If it doesn't resolve any of that, give us a call and we will walk you through, probably the same steps just to make sure everything's good. And we'll go from there. At the end of the day, if you don't have that error resolved, you give us a call.
All right. And that number is, do you have it memorized? I'm sure you do.
I absolutely do not.
Oh, you do not? Okay. I've put people on the spot before, and some have it, some don't. But if they do need that number, I'm sure you're able to pull it up here within a couple seconds. I could delay for you. I don't know. Should I tell a joke? What should I do?
Tell a joke. Give me just a moment.
All right. You were super fast. I didn't even need to tell a joke. So that number is?
That number would be 866-460-7263, and it will be option 3. When you hit option 3, it will give you more options. For this, if it is an error code, you're going to press option, I believe it is 2 for scoring and 1 for electromechanical, so you're going to press option 2.
Okay. And, if that sounded hard, the cool thing about podcasts is you could pause, rewind, listen again and again. If you're still having trouble, feel free to give them a call. They're there to help you. I know we appreciate you guys, and I know the customers definitely appreciate you guys. So again, Connor, I appreciate you coming on the show. We're going to have you back if you would like to come back.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
All right. We appreciate it. And we thank everyone for listening to the QubicaAMF Tech Tip podcast. We're here each week to support standards like yours with expert advice and the latest in bowling innovation. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and be sure to share this podcast with your team, coworkers, or anyone who could benefit. Until next time, we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.